Hi, my name is Adina, and I would love to be your counselor.
Hey, Adina. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Hi, Josh. I'm glad to be here.
I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
I'm going to read off some of the reviews that your clients have left for you. I know, right? I didn't want to tell you in advance because we're like, but I can't wait. I've been waiting all day for this. So one of your clients, Molly, says, my husband and I have met with Adina for the past 6 months, and it has truly been one of the best experiences of our 10 years of marriage. Mm-hmm. She carefully listened, thoughtfully inquired, and gave us clear and practical ways to work on our goals. Adina helped us meet every single one of our goals for therapy, and I would recommend her to anyone. If you're wondering if this is worth the investment of time and money, let me settle it for you. It absolutely is worth it. Make the choice to invest in your marriage, and you won't regret it. And then Christina says, Adina's amazing. She has been so impactful to my growth. And as someone who is skeptical to counseling, she was a great person to help me through it. And I have had so much growth from our conversations.
That's so nice.
Yeah. So your clients love working with you. I'm curious, what brings you the most joy in working with them?
Well, just seeing one have a moment where they get what they came for, and maybe they didn't even know they could experience. They had kind of an idea of what it would feel like, but they feel it, like the joy or the freedom or what it is to befriend their anxiety or redo an old memory in a way that brings them freedom. And then just to spend the next 20 minutes processing what that means for them to feel that, what it could mean for their future, and to see them have that gift and to share in it with them. I love it.
It's super special, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we get to have a front row seat to these moments that God is working in people's lives and get to see the transformation and to know what that's going to mean, not only for them, but for their families, for their relationships, what it means for the kingdom.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how did God call you into this work? As we're in it and we're doing this, we're like, it is everything that you just described. It's fun and amazing to get to do. But, you don't know that on the front end when you're going into college or you're how did God put it in your heart to do this work?
It was a couple things, but the one that I think about most is being a missionary with a team of people in Mexico, and we got to know this fellow missionary family and loved them very much, them and all their kids, and spent a lot of time with them, lived in their house. And then they just had some personal issues, and it tore them apart. It tore their family apart, and they had to leave, and we missed them, and it hurt their family and their children. And I just wondered if they would have had something like this, some support like this, if that part of their story could have been different for them and us and everyone that they were in contact with.
Yeah, having that, witnessing the impact on people that you love and how it affected you and all those around them. And you feel this prick in your heart, spirit going, maybe things could be different. Mm-hmm. What if things could be different? It didn't have to go like this.
Right.
Yeah. I think so many of us feel that the Spirit call us into this work in moments like that, where we witness something and we don't know how to be helpful and we're not sure, but we just feel like there's gotta be a better way.
Yeah.
And something in us, the Spirit in us says, you can be a part of that. Right. And that's how we get drawn in.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks for asking. Glad to share.
We at MyCounselor.Online, we really believe in practicing what we preach.
Mm-hmm.
That we think that counseling is something that wise people do. That there's this myth that the enemy uses to be like, oh, it's what you have to be really broken to need counseling.
Mm-hmm.
But the scriptures, tell a different story, that the wise person seeks counsel, and
Mm-hmm.
that's part of their journey and process. And so, Cassie and I do our own counseling. I know you do as well. I'm just curious, what has that meant in your own life, kind of being on the participant side of the counseling relationship? How's God used that in your world?
I think it's been such a gift and helpful in several domains of my life. Like personally, for my own personal growth, befriending my own anxious self. I've done couples counseling with my husband. It's helped us be closer together. And it really helps me remember what it is to be in my client's shoes and what that feels like. I think it helps me be a better counselor to periodically experience the different side.
Yeah. Yeah. Cassie and I have that same experience. Like I meet regularly with the counselor that's part of that God has used in my story. Cassie and I have done our own marital counseling and have just found that to be such a powerful part of what God has used to help me grow as a human and help us grow in our family. It's just, I think, a really valuable part of people's story if they have the privilege and opportunity to have somebody come alongside them in that way. So,
Yes,
yeah,
sure.
doesn't surprise me to hear that you found the same.
Me too. Me too. Mm-hmm.
I want to hear, mentioned earlier, we get a front row seat to what God is doing in people's lives, just every day as we're doing this work, get to be a conduit of his grace into different situations. I wonder if you could share just a God story of one of the cool things that you've had the chance to witness God do in a client's life, and you've had the privilege to be alongside him while God was doing that work.
Oh, yes, for sure. So I think I've been seeing a lot of couples lately. So one in particular, they just saw him for a while and were able to get to a place where we talk a lot about the communication cycle here between couples. And they were able to get to a place where they could see, okay, this other person isn't ununderstandable. They're not just out to harm me. I still don't like what they're doing, maybe when they do it, but I don't see them as a horrible person anymore. And in fact, rather than feeling alone or just feeling pain, just to see, they were turned toward each other, excited to be with each other, and just feeling attuned and happy again. And that, to me, is just like a little miracle that people can change like that.
Yeah. Oh, we move from hopelessness to a place of hope.
Yeah.
And really experiencing what it is that God wants for them as individuals and as couples. And, that oftentimes they don't have a whole lot of hope that it is possible, right?
Yeah.
This is, I feel like we've tried everything that we know to try. It hasn't seemed to fix it. This is sometimes a last ditch kind of effort. And we may be a little skeptical as to whether or not it's actually going to be worthwhile. And when that shift happens, they get to see the things that they long for and the things that they didn't know would be possible start to happen in their relationship. Like it's a miracle. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing short of a miracle, the transformation that takes place.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
It's so fun. As you think about, somebody watching this video who's kind of on the fence, trying to figure out whether or not counseling is right for them, or maybe they're nervous about saying yes to it, stepping into it. They're not sure. Maybe they haven't done counseling before. They don't know what to expect. They're a little bit nervous about, signing up and having their first session with Adina. And that, what would you want to say to them to speak to that?
I would say come see me. Try it. It's
Mm,
okay to be nervous. We're all nervous. Um, I think that's a sign that you're about to do something courageous.
mm,
I think you have very little to lose and so much to potentially gain from trying. Also, we have some sort of like a first session guarantee or something. Like if you don't quite feel like you fit with me, we'll pair you with someone else. And I would want that for you. Like I'm
mm,
on your team for you to get the help that you need. So I would say try it out.
mm. I love it. I love how you love your clients
Yeah.
and how well you take care of them, and getting to see the reviews come through about the life change that's taken place. I'm really glad to have you on this team
Thank you,
and
George. Glad to be
caring
here.
with me, folks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with me today, doing this little video.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.